Hey, how are ya? Late night craft time. Tonight was a night that I just lost my spark, if that makes any sense. Just, one of those days where just stuff doesn't just feel right. So, here we are. And, yeah, I know I just took some time tonight to just relax, sleep, get some rest. And through that, here I am. I'm finally awake again. Although I probably shouldn't be awake, but too bad. So here I am to burn off a little bit of mental energy now that I've kind of relaxed somewhat, worked through some thoughts, but not a lot. Hi, guess I should flip my camera. Hi, miss me? Yes, I was busy all weekend. If you noticed, super busy all weekend. I did my trailer event, which was awesome. It was really good, actually. It was really fun. They enjoyed. I think it worked well. And with that in mind, of course, lost my train of thought there. That's typical me tonight. With that in mind, yeah, it was a really good weekend for that. And you know what's great when one of the participants the very next day puts in a really good Stampin' Up! Order? I'm like, woo! So it was its own awesomeness. So anyway, so still working on these buggers. I know, it feels like I've been working on them forever, isn't it? I took a couple days break. I didn't really work on any during the weekend. Did maybe a couple. And then it was like, yeah, I'm good. Just too much, other stuff's going on. Decided last night, take it easy. I was exhausted, even Saturday. It's like, yeah, it was late, night for me getting home from all the fun stuff. And it was just better to, yeah, just take it easy. Chill, relax, enjoy. Oh, I got one of these that don't belong. Anyway, just getting organized here. So, figure, hey, jump on for a little bit tonight. Work more on these. Say hi. Let you know I'm still alive and kicking. And as much as I slept earlier, I needed to get up and do something productive. Even my partner poked me. He's like, aren't you going to go do your video? I'm like, not now. At the time. So here we are. Hey, Elaine. Aw, well, shopping. What'd you get? And where do you go shopping at this time of night? I don't know about your area around here. It's a weird, not a lot's open. Well, then again, let me think. Let's see. Walmart in this area is open to 11, okay? I think Superstore's open to 11. I think that's about it. Yeah, I was just talking a little bit about, I don't know, just having a bit of an off night, which is fine. Ah, Walmart. Yeah, figured that might be the case. So I'm like, that's like the only thing that's open. I miss the days of a 24-hour grocery store. I really do. We used to have that. That was Metro, and then Sobeys. I mean, they're, at least in this area, maybe they're all no longer 24-hour. I miss it because that's when I would do some of my shopping at night. It was freaking great. But not anymore. Alright. Yeah, we could always we had so many stories about shopping at the grocery store at night. I remember Walmart a long time ago, for a little while, was 24 hours with the holiday season. It was great. We did our Christmas shopping at night. It was the best way to shop. Yeah, I miss it. Well, we used to do shift work ourselves. Like, my partner used to be afternoon shift for a number of years. So part of on his way home, he'd finish work out at, I think, 11. I think. on his way home, he would stop at Metro and do stuff there, get some groceries. Because, of course, we were on opposite shifts. I was working overnight, so I'm well at work. Yeah, I love the 24-hour thing. Anyway, so he'd stop in there, get something to eat, or get a couple groceries, get his coffee supplies, like whatever, back when it was. But the one he would go to, there was no active cashier. It was self checkout, and he hated self checkout. I mean, I love self checkout personally, and but the problem is, it's like there'll be one attendant to kind of help with stuff, but then it was just always problems and whatever. I remember when, yeah, because I used to hit Sobeys sometimes when it's late night or early morning too, which is super super handy going to work or coming home from work. I used to hit up Superstore when it opened at 7 when I was coming back from overnights, which was always a challenge for me because I would work till 6 a.m. and then drive back from Mississauga. So that's about, in those days, the drive was just over half hour because I would, leave at 6-ish, get going. So I would have like this empty bits of time before I get to the grocery store. So I think I would leave work a little later, I think. I can't remember. It's been years since I thought about it. But I would go to the Superstore to get some stuff, and it's like, there's no one available. Like, the store's open, but anyway. Yeah. I loved it when Walmart did a 24-hour thing. It was freaking great. I mean, I get it, staffing and all. Yeah, because I remember Superstore going at 7 a.m. because I knew exactly what I wanted to grab. I was in the store in like 5 minutes kind of thing. Problem is, needed help or something, and it's like, I had to go find a live person. Even Walmart, I noticed when I would get there for 7 a.m., I have to wait for them to actually open the door. I'm not a super early morning shopper, personally. Anyway. But I'm noticing, I forget when it changed around here. COVID definitely mucked up a lot of things, but I remember there's even like restaurants and fast food and that. There was a level of 24-hour for a while, or at least late night. Yeah, there's always McDonald's, but meh. Uh, like I can't remember what exactly it was. So sometimes it was great to be able to, especially for the shift workers, be able to grab something on the way home. Hence the whole, hey, we used to be shift workers kind of thing. And then it's like things totally moved away from that late night thing. So it got kind of weird because like sometimes with us, it's like if we're gonna get something on like a Sunday evening or Sunday night, it turns into we have to like plan early in the day on what we're gonna get because we're more spontaneous if we're gonna get something. And then it used to be it's like, oh wait, it's Sunday, yeah, almost nothing's open by like 7, 8 o'clock at night. It's like, what do you do? Other than fast food. But I'm noticing lately around my area, and it's probably the same with other areas too, is more and more establishments are getting back to that late night food thing again. And I think it's a great idea because sometimes, hey, it's late night, people are partying or having a good time. It's nice to be able to grab something. There's a local restaurant here that we don't get it often. It's one of these, we love the food, but then back when prices were starting to creep up, this guy creeped his prices up, and then we kind of got away from it for the longest time. Then now with everything else being, super expensive again, it's like, okay, that kind of makes sense for the pricing. But then he changed his quantity sizes of the meals, so that kind of ruined it for us. Anyway, whatever. He is apparently 24 hours. And I'm like, I don't know how he does it. Seriously, I don't even know. I don't even know how it works. Like, can people walk in at like 2 in the morning? Aw. I'm glad you had a great weekend, Elaine, because I did see your post earlier with some pictures and talking about what you guys were doing. That is freaking awesome. I miss doing stuff like that. We used to be very always out, go here, go there. Like, I miss that stuff. I haven't done it in a while. Just say, life is life. That's kind of what happened. Because now it's like, things are complicated. Yeah, they'll look great. No, it's definitely something that I need to get back into again, is get out and do fun stuff again. But all in all, my weekend was really good. Even though my mood is off tonight. Uh, I learned something Saturday. Try not to do a free-form card class often. It takes way too long. What happened was I didn't really plan what we're doing. Because it was my best customers that do my classes, like my VIP customers. They always have done my class. There's only a couple times that they haven't in the last 3.5 years. So I decided, because this is the last weekend for the trailer, I was gonna let them, like, hey, here's a whole bunch of supplies. Make what you want within like 4 cards or something. I will say, not a good idea. They loved it. It was great. It was fun, but it just took way too long. And I'm like, okay, lesson learned. So what I'll probably do is, in the new year, with the in-person version, I might offer that style once every quarter, because they've been my loyal class members for over 3 years. I think they loved it because it sparked creativity. It sparked, so much imagination that it definitely paid off. I am making referral cards very, very slowly because I keep talking. I'm still working on these. I'll show you one finished one in a moment. Let me get this glued on because I'm just seriously taking my time tonight. I should have worked on these all weekend and I haven't. Yeah, kind of. They're kind of scrappy cards, but they're my referral cards. Just give me a moment. Because it's like once I kind of start, I'm kind of, in the groove. I'm just going to cut the little tabs off. Oh yeah, here's the other side. Of course, it's kind of cropped with my printer, but whatever. I'm not totally flashing it on screen because I don't need random people calling my other phone number. That can be not so fun sometimes. It's nice to want to think, the best of goodwill in people, but unfortunately, there's still a lot of negative. I had a phone call with someone today. It was a work thing. I was talking to a tenant of a facility that we were trying to book, a repair to go in and do some stuff. Whatever. It's a service call anyway. And the guy, really, really nice, but he was on about, he doesn't answer calls from unknown numbers because the staff members, when they call from their phones, they oh, that's awesome. I love scraps. When the technicians call, they call from an unknown number for the reason of, because what's happened in the past is sometimes some of these people will save that phone number in months or weeks later or whatever, will call that number again. It's like, no, it has to go through the proper channels for us to come out and, do the service work. So it's a procedure that the guys are supposed to block their numbers. Well, and when they do that, unfortunately, people don't answer the phone. Hey, I'm one of those too, so I get it. Anyway, so I had a fun chat with the guy. It's like, hey, I totally understand that nowadays there's so many spam and scam calls. It is hard to know what's legit and what isn't. So here's an example of one of these already pre-done. Of course, this one looks prettier than some of the browns, but it's all good. I like the randomness. So this one's already done. I'm doing the truck and the trailer, and then this is the backside with the contact information. So, yeah. And if anybody ever sees that phone number, that it is what my other phone number. It is not my main number for a reason. So if people are gonna call it, it's gonna ring downstairs in silence when I'm sleeping. So yeah, this is what I'm gonna go in for. Just a neat referral card to put in 250 packets. So this one's actually done. All the other ones I've made so far with the papers is not done because my quest was minimally get through. Yeah, is get through this step because I'm slightly behind. What I set in the past a week ago was a goal of a min and a max, and there were some days I was hitting between my min and the max goals for how many per day. So my quest is to have this side done by this weekend. That way I have next week to finish the truck and the trailer, and then I should be done. Yeah, like it. It's interesting how many crappy phone calls we get. Like even me, I don't really answer the phone often, my own personal phone, unless I know who it is. And even so, if I'm in the middle of doing something, I'm not gonna answer the phone half the time because I gotta stop what I'm doing. And that how many done? I don't know, but I will show you what it looks like. Give you a sec to not give Buddy a new chew toy here. Give me a moment. I got a lot done. Okay, there's more. It's just like I keep the pile nearby in a nice stack. And these have been so much fun. So how many here? I don't know. I'm gonna say we're getting closer to 200. I would say. I could do a reverse count in a moment to see what I'm at. But yeah, these ones are all this step. Plus a couple extra on the table here. So yeah, I've been super, super busy for the last few weeks. I tend to kind of each day see how many there is. I can give you a rough idea because I'm curious too. What am I at here? I think that this pile is roughly 12, and then so 1, 2, 3 sheets. So I have these set in a certain way. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I still have 17 full sheets plus another 12. So 17 times 4. I am not doing math in my head. No way, no how. It's occurred to me. I don't know where my calculator is. So now I'm curious too. What am I roughly at? Okay. Yeah, I really don't do math in my head anymore, especially when I'm a little half loopy. 17 times 4. Sad I have to use a calculator. So 68 plus another 12. So 80. Yeah, about 80 left, approximately. Roughly, in around 80. So that's pretty good. My goals every day is anywhere from 12 to 25. Is my min and the max. So tonight I'm definitely not reaching my goal, and that's fine. But yeah, as the week progresses, we'll be working on it. There was a webinar I was going to attend tonight, but I didn't. It just wasn't the right night for it. And at least there's a replay. I'm like, yes. But at least the replay, good and bad, the replay for a webinar is only good for like 24 hours. So I gotta boot my butt to watch it tomorrow. And I will. Anyway. But yeah, just been busy. Yeah, it was nice on the weekend to kind of change pace and not be working on this so much, just to kind of take a break from everything. So that was really, really good. It was nice to relax. I had fun. And then yesterday I made a card. Oh, hey, welcome back. Yesterday I made a card that was a funny card. I posted my newsletter. I haven't posted it much online yet because we haven't figured out the right wording to say for the post, like how to describe it. So and that was really fun. And I can show you what it looks like on my phone because I no longer have the card. Yeah, I would too if my phone was here. I don't know where I put my phone. Never mind. I'm not gonna go get it. And during like the card class on Saturday, I only made like one card. the lengthy time, because I handled a lot of the die cutting, scoring, paper cutting. So that's another thing. A lesson learned is have everything pre-prepped, like actually planned. So yeah, that's fine. It was just it. It was fun to try it differently. Fun to try a freeform. And of course, I was showing technique, how to fix things. I fixed the tape runners a couple times, actually 3 times. Showed how to do that. So some of it was explaining how to use the products, which is a lot of fun. And some of the time went to, planning. It's like someone would have black cardstock, because that was the theme that they want. I'm like, okay, we'll do black cardstock. They had the black cardstock. We were using the retired, I think it's called Feels Like Frost designer series paper, because I thought that would look really great with the black. And then I also had One Horse Open Sleigh, which I think they loved that as well. Just to kind of use up some older stuff. And yeah, I was just planning, thinking, looking at so many different ideas. It was fun. Watercoloring, yep, we were doing watercoloring. Some of us. Heat embossing. One of the participants got to try heat embossing for the very first time. I think she loved it. So that was really, really fun. Oh, yeah, now I'm getting the yawns. That's actually a good thing. Yeah. Maybe I'll actually sleep tonight. I've been having nights lately where last couple nights I go to bed and I get so hot and thirsty, end up having to get up and get a drink at 3 in the morning or something. It's like, oh. So hopefully tonight I won't. If I remember when I go upstairs, I might bring up a thing of water. That way, right in bed, I can have a sip if I need to. I don't know, I'm just finding, I don't know, my energy's off, but it's okay. Here we go. Another one of these. So I know a new piece of paper right at the end. I don't know, it's just the way I am. I have to have this rule of fives. I've done a few Christmas cards only for the reason of the last, I think September, we started doing Christmas cards in our card classes. So because of that, I have a few that are done. Otherwise, I have lots of Christmas cards left over from earlier in the year when I was on a different project idea, plus last year's made. So I have cards. So at least I feel good about I don't have to super make. I might make a few specific ones for certain family members, but for my run-of-the-mill mailers and that, I have lots of cards, so I'm good. I did do a customer order some months ago. She wanted custom-sized Christmas cards done, bigger than my normal size, so I did a batch of 12, and she loved them. Yeah, I'm not big on water. I've been really trying to drink water. I did for a couple of years. I call it the 100-day challenge, which is, and how I did it with water was for 100 days straight, have at least a cup of water to get into the habit of drinking water, plus other things I drink as well. So, and how it works is it has to be 100 days straight. And if I muck up a day, start over. And sure enough, yeah, it took a couple of years. And I finally built that routine that when I don't have water, I think about it. Where's the water? Now, there are days, weekends, I'm really random. So some weekends I don't have as much water as I should be. And then when I come home, I don't have as much water as I should be. So, I'm working on it. That's what I realized. I think last night I thought about it. It's like I gotta like when I go out to bed, just bring some water up. Now, me with water, I like really cold water. Otherwise, ugh, it doesn't do me. So, but luckily we have lots of ice here, so we're good for that. So, yeah, I'm working on other 100-day challenges. I'm just not gonna say what they are. But it works. It takes a long time. Some of it, it could take years. And I would keep track loosely of, how I'm doing in that. I would have to start, over so many times, but I did, and it worked. I highly recommend it. If trying to build a new routine and a habit, it does work. It's just really hard to stick to the plan. And another part of that challenge is to not beat myself up when I've mucked it up. If I missed a day, that's okay. I'll just start over. Yeah, I'm working towards drinking more water. In, I notice I don't drink enough fluids, and I could tell when I don't. So I'm working towards that. I had an app on my phone that I really liked, but then the app keeps changing and changing and changing. That it wants me to pay for like everything. Where okay, I could put in water, but if I do like tea or something else, I have to buy into the app to unlock the ability to use the tea button, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna do that. But if anybody knows a really good app to keep track of liquids without having to actually pay a lot of money, let me know. I don't know how much the price is. It was like, it defeats the point for me. And I know I can easily just pen and paper, keep track of my own. I know. I thought about doing that too. Because, yeah, I gotta create some new habits. Yes, I do have a set. The first generation of these I have set. I will have them at the vendor events. I will show them in a moment. They're almost the same as this, just slightly different. And yeah, just give me a sec. I will pull it out because I love them. I know I've shown them on here so many times, but they're my favorite. But I think this version is a lot better than first generation. But I still have like a whole batch of the first generation to get rid of. So yes, and another thing is even with Saturday, anybody who comes to craft in my trailer gets one of my referral cards. So that's the thing I started doing the last couple times, and I think that's a really cool idea. And yeah, I will somewhat soonish go to bed again. Because I know it's already after midnight and I'm still going. My partner's going to be like, what are you doing? Or he's like, why are you in bed? I'm like, I just felt like the need to lay down for a while and just, sometimes sleep is a great way of, rebuilding energy. Just chill, relax. I know they're here. Yeah, there they are. So, these are a whole whack of first generation of these. So, these are done a little differently with the truck and the trailer. I prefer how I did this versus the gray cardstock because these were done with watercolor. That's just cardstock. So I had to, as much as I would love to do these again with the watercolor, it's going to take me like a month to do these. So I decided gray cardstock to finish the 250. So there we go. And then the difference is, that's a difference. So yeah, this version being, here's just the sticker I put in the back of my cards. I decided, yeah, this doesn't look as nice versus that. So there we go. That's the difference. So that's first generation. And once this pile here is depleted, because I have a whole whack of these here, I will move towards the newer version, although I will be going back to the gray watercoloring because I prefer this look personally than the cardstock. So there we go. I love them. I really love these. When I thought about doing this for the packets some weeks ago, I don't know how many weeks ago it was, I was so excited. I'm like, I can't wait to work on these. But I gotta finish the packets first. So, super busy, but lots of fun. But definitely, in the new year, make a good plan that each month or whatever, try to work on X amount of these, possibly packets. I don't know. I gotta decide pretty soon on, will I do another batch for next year's fundraiser? Yeah. Yeah. Like, I had to make some changes for this round. But with next year, if I plan ahead early enough, I can take time to gather the correct supplies as needed instead of, kind of rushing and trying to figure out a quick solution. And stuff like that. And Buddy just moved into the other room. Thank you, Buddy. It makes it awkward. He curls up right at the base of my chair. So sometimes I can't get up because he's right there. But he's a cutie. But I am thinking of doing some sort of packets again for next year. I really enjoyed making them. And even if it doesn't go to that event per se, definitely a good idea to get on it early, get making them, figure out what I'm doing. Acquire my cardstock very early because, like, the downside of this time around is I was running out of the Stampin' Up! Cardstock, and I had to, like, use this, use that, use this. Like, I did a lot of, pull out some retired cards, which is no problem for me, but it was like, there's certain colors I really wanted to use, and I ran out. And then some of my DSP got separated into, I got stuff I would love to use, but I ran the cardstock of that colors, and so definitely thinking ahead for the new year. Oh yeah, the pups are great. They had a fun time with Grandma and Grandpa last night when we were dropping off the trailer. Everybody was smiles and happy, so the pups had a really good visit, and my parents really enjoyed the visit as well. It was really nice. It's fascinating to see my mom, who, before Buddy, she had no interest in dogs at all, and yet Buddy really helped her love dogs now. So, lots of cuddles and treats. It was really nice. There was a couple fun moments yesterday. Ivy, at one point, she's sitting on the couch with my mom, and she's like, her head was way tilted up, like she's a queen. I'm like, and she's getting cuddles from my mom. It was so freaking cute. I'm like, oh my god, she's a queen. But there's another moment where you see her chest like really out because Ivy's a really strong dog, and I swear, baby Ivy, I think was doing weightlifting with her couch when we had a couch. So it was a really nice visit. So happy doggies. Alrighty. So yeah, I know I keep saying very soon I'm gonna log off soon. I really should. I needed some crafty therapy tonight. It's been a little while since it's been a couple days. Yeah. So probably Thursday, I'll show the card I made from Saturday. It's a really nice watercolor kind of card. I gotta pull it out. It's in one of the boxes because I brought my supplies home and then only unpacked a couple items so I could get back to this project. And I gotta still unpack the rest. And then once these packets are all done, I gotta start prepping for my holiday vendor events. Yes, animals are therapy and magic. They really are. I believe that. With Toby, I used to. Sometimes I'm not feeling well for whatever, headache, migraine, crampy, whatever it is. I would lay in bed and I'd be like, Toby, come cuddle me. Because I would have this cute way of thinking that he could cure me, kind of thing. And he would cuddle me and I would be holding him, and it just really helped. These two were working on that same kind of thing. They're not as cuddly like that, but it's also their age too. They're super young and beyond hyper. Like, I think it was Friday, I think? Thursday or Friday last week. I had a really good cuddle of Ivy, kind of like what I would do with Toby. And it was great. Oh, it was wonderful. I had my Ivy cuddle. And I even had Buddy and I cuddle like that last week. And it was so nice. It was like, it's nice that they're growing up, that I'm able to start to do that with them, where I could just lay in bed for like, 10 or 20 minutes and have that nice cuddle. It's like, oh, I miss that. Yeah, they're really getting better with their personality. I gotta do better with dog walking, because they kind of drag me like a rag doll. My partner commented that, I need to do a little better. I'm like, okay, I will work on that. Part of it is time. Like, I get so focused on, okay, we gotta get out for a walk, we gotta go, 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 and fine, if they're gonna tug and pull, fine, whatever. But no, I need to work, because I walk them primarily, so I need to work with them on, especially Ivy. It's her age too, on less tuggy, more gentler. So tonight's walk, I went a heck of a lot slower. And I didn't focus on distance or time. It was simply, hey, the quest is, the peas and the poos. And even if we don't get too far, but we're still out for a good, I think, at least 20 minutes. But also working on, no, slow down. Don't pull me. Fine, you want the bunny rabbit on the ground, but we're not going to go get it. So it was a very different walk I did with them. So I got to do that more often with them. Get them more accustomed to not so much pulls. Sometimes it's just hard. There's some days it's just, it ain't going to work so well. Too many distractions, animals, squirrels, people, or especially now with Halloween, eh? Is anyone having issues with dogs freaking out on Halloween decorations? Yeah, ours are a little scared, and it makes the walks a little complicated, because it's nice to see houses decorated for Halloween, but it makes it hard for the dogs. Buddy actually did this one house. I really should get a video of hanging up by this house to see the dog's reactions. I think I already did get one actually a week or two ago. The first time Buddy saw it, he was scared. And since then, he's been better. He's whimpery, but he's better. But since the last time I took them over there, they put more decorations. And now they have, I think, something set up right by the road. And I'm like, oh, God. If I walk over there, it's going to be mayhem with the dogs. My partner took them for a walk over there Saturday night in the dark, and apparently, yeah, the dogs were freaking out with whatever new decorations that's sitting there. So it's like, yeah. So Halloween is very interesting. I mean, it's great for kids, but yeah, little pups can get a little bit scared. Poor puppies, but they're okay. Last year Halloween, we only had Buddy at the time because Ivy was not. We didn't even know about Ivy yet. Because we discovered Ivy, I think, a few weeks later. And we're like, we gotta get her. She's so cute. And we took Buddy out on Halloween. He was actually pretty good. Because we were out with our nephews on Halloween, walk around. And the only, freaky part was him picking up the candy off the ground. It's like, no. Aww. How is school going for them? We haven't done the doggy school thing. We probably should, but we kind of do our own thing. I know people keep telling me, hey, you put your dogs in the school. I'm like, we'll work it out as we need to. Like, we probably should, but it's also a money, for us, it's a money thing too. It's just not something we can feasibly do right now. Yeah, yeah, the skeletons and that, yeah, like this time of the year is challenging for the decorations. And actually, there's a couple houses that are really nicely decked out for Halloween. I gotta get some pictures or videos with the doggies. So, I will get there. Because, like, it is kind of. I haven't paid attention to Halloween decorations in some time. I'm used to. Halloween's one of those. I feel like not a lot of people celebrate it. To be fair, we don't really either. We don't really do the candy handout thing ourselves. It's just not something we like to do. Part of it was, back when we were more younger together in the house here, we were shift workers, so we weren't even home for Halloween, and sometimes we were. Um, there's a couple times we did do Halloween with handing out the candy. There was one time Toby got out, and holy crap, I didn't even realize it. Um, and this was when Toby was pretty good. He was really good. Like, as much as it terrified me, because Toby doesn't like fireworks, doesn't like people at the door. Like, he was a very sheltered dog. So it is what it was. So that was part of our challenge of Halloween, is how to do Halloween with Toby. Like, because anybody at the door, he's like, who's there? Who's there? Who's there? So the one year I'm doing the candy, and it was my fault. I had the house door slightly open, and in my bias, I'm thinking, attention span the squirrel. Yep. In my bias, I kept thinking, oh, he's probably upstairs. He's not gonna come downstairs. He's right at the door. So I had the door slightly open, and because in and out so many times for the kiddos, then it was okay. Well, I guess Toby kept getting more confident, so he just stepped right outside, and I didn't even know he's outside. And then some kid says, "Nice doggy," and I'm like, "Thanks," not even thinking. And then it was like, "Wait a moment, how does she know I have a dog?" And then my neighbor's like, "Toby, Toby," and I'm like, "Holy crap, where'd he go?" And I start panicking, because it's like he's a particular personality. And he walked outside. He was super quiet. It was awesome, because he's curious. And he went up to this little boy, put his paws on the kid's shoulders, and they're face to face. And Toby's sniffing this kid, and I'm like, oh my god. And I think the kid cried. I'm like, oh my god. It's like, sorry. Anyway, I love Toby. Yeah, so that was that Halloween experience, and I'm like, oh my god. It was okay. Everyone was fine, but it was like, yeah, okay. Make sure I close the door every time I come outside, and not have that happen again. But yeah, this year I don't know. We don't have a plan yet for Halloween yet. We'll have to figure out something. We'll probably do like last year, walk around with the nephews, because they come out to this area and do trick or treating. Anyways, I could talk forever. I'm gonna log off, or else I'm gonna be here all night, and that's gonna muck up my day tomorrow. So thanks for watching, Elaine, and thanks everybody else. Yeah, well, we now use child gates through the house, so we have it set that the dogs do not go down to the front door almost ever until it's like time for a walk or something, or we're silly, we left the gate somewhere else. So we have that. So like right now, they cannot go downstairs. There's a yawn. That's a good thing. And then what we do at night when we're in bed or we're not home, we have a gate to keep them from going down to the kitchen. That way they don't, kitchen stuff get into something. Because, yeah, they would. They're pretty good. But still, it's safer with, kitchen being food and garbage and other unknown things. Especially for doggies, that we just keep that safe for them. So, yeah, anyway. But it's, I gotta go. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I gotta get back to doing this more often because I missed a couple days. and we'll have fun. Oh, by the way, the card class on Saturday. I just want to quickly mention on the Friday video here. I referenced the reindeer fun stamp set and dies bundle. They loved it. It was so much fun. Anyway, it's definitely a good bundle. All right, bye bye.